didn't fuck it up that time, Judd. Don't
Oh
worry.
my god. This one needs to be called Podcasts Are Badly.
Podcasts are very badly.
Yeah.
Holy poop!
Or simply, we are badly.
We are. That's what
We
the
are
title-
badly.
That's what. Where the hell has my drink gone? That's what I put it down somewhere. I don't know where I put it. That's an important prop that I was going to do for a funny ha gag.
Well, too
it's there, I
late.
found it.
You've already announced there is a funny ha gag, so you
first-
can't.
But Judd, listen to me here, right? The first ever podcast we did, or the first ever podcast podcast we did, because we did those Christmas ones ages ago, which still hold up actually. They're pretty good. The first ever podcast badly was 1 year ago. Today.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me try that again. Let me just quickly Google a cheer sound effect. Cheer sound effect. There we go. Audience applaud. Yeah, it's happening, Judd. Yay!
Yes!
1 whole year. We've been doing this terrible shitty podcast for a year.
I had hair when we started. I had hair on my head and didn't have a beard, and I gained several new tattoos, and also, several pounds as well.
Yeah, same. I gained several pounds, a few tattoos, and also, if you're watching the video version of the podcast, you can see I've got way too much hair now. So that's there's been a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Except not really, because
badly.
we're still just as bad as we always been.
Yeah,
so we're
that
still
is
just
the
as
one
badly.
consistent. We are absolute dog shit, in general.
Just so people know, it's the 1 year anniversary of the podcast, and Judd actually reminded me of this, which is an incredible feat, as Crazy Chaff J is hosting with 1 viewer. Thank you very much for the 1 million viewers.
Do you know, it honestly, it was complete luck that I figured this out, because my friend Tom was saying, you know, it was just asking about the podcast, and I brought it up on Spotify just because I was like, I'll send you the link on Spotify or whatever. And I was scrolling down it, and for folks, I was scrolling down like all the podcasts we'd done, and I reached the end, and I saw the first ever one we did, and it said 20th of May 2019. And I was like, oh my fuck it, that's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks away.
It's so close.
So
Tessoteric's excited that it's podcast time. Whoop whoop! It's anniversary day, Tessoteric. 1 year anniversary of the podcast.
It is. It's anniversary time.
That's pretty fun. And thing is, we've got a few bits that we can talk about. But first of all, I want to mention that Judd's not recording on an electronic book this time. He's actually using his normal webcam into a different computer. But he's still got shitty audio. Don't worry. It's for the podcast. He's got shitty audio.
It's a gaming laptop as well.
Oh.
My friend Thomas lent me it, so I'm very gassy from the carling.
In theory, we could even do some gaming. So we could even game badly on the channel.
We can game badly. It's almost as if we started the channel to do this in the first place.
You know what I should do then? In that case, I don't want to promise anything, but maybe expect some more Judd gaming on the channel.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I'll try and drop off a better microphone for you as well. I'm not using it; it's just sitting in my closet. And then you'll have decent audio. Your webcam will still look a bit shitty. Oh, I'll drop off a light as well. I'll drop off a light and a microphone.
Just wondering where the fuck that can go in here.
Because the light will make your video look way better. So there we go. Tessoteric says, happy anniversary, I would donate, but my PayPal is still freeze due to safety reasons. Yeah, his PayPal got fucked again, so he's instead he's just highlighted his message saying donated $1. That's not actually true, but you know, it's the sentiment counts.
I never see a penny of this shit anyway. It pretty much all goes to you, which is fine because you do most of the work anyway, so I don't...
It only goes to me when I'm the only one streaming. For example, if we got any donations today, we split it 50-50. So it's all depending on who's streaming. Whatever donations happen during a stream, get put into PayPal, and I take them out straight away after every stream. And if it's both of us, I send it to you. And if it's just me, which is pretty much every time.
Have you been sending me PayPals of money?
No, because you've not been streaming with me, have you?
Okay, fair enough. That's fine. I just expected to like open up my PayPal and there'd be like 30 quid's worth of fucking donations.
No. But thanks to It's a Drick for following. It's a Drick followed Judd. Right, so we don't have many segments on this podcast, but we've had a regular segment of Corona update. And the update is we've got Corona. We've got some Corona.
I've got it. I've got
look,
it.
It's right there. I get it, because I've got a beer that's Corona beer.
I meant.
That's so
funny. I meant. I have it. I have COVID-19.
Wait,
it's terminal. I'm going to die.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. Jesus, I have to.
Could you imagine if I did? Could you imagine if now I did get Corona and died? Holy shit, that'd be fucking great.
No, it wouldn't.
That'd at least make you famous. That would at least make you famous, because like
it would at least make me famous. Yeah, that's a lot of comfort.
What's his face? Chills would fucking do a creepy video on us on YouTube. It would be on the top 10 unsolved mysteries on the internet. Number 7. This fat little man said he was going to die of COVID-19, and he actually did.
Sorry, I was just fucking around with the video then. But yeah, so Corona update, Judd. Corona beer, the prices are plummeting. I'm loving it. It's great. I got a full crate of Corona, 12 Corona beers for £9 earlier.
I don't like Corona. I don't like the beer. I don't.
That's so weird, because you drink stuff like Carling and that stuff that's like literally known for being shit.
Yeah.
So, but
maybe that's the thing
Tessa
though.
Turek
Maybe
says assassin is hired to kill Judd. But what? Oh no.
I hope he fucking gets here quick.
Before the COVID does. Is that the name of the assassin? COVID. What?
COVID-19. Like Hitman 12 or whatever his fucking name is.
So I think the only update we've got for this podcast with regards to Corona is Boris Big Bozza. I don't know if we mentioned this last time, but he so-called relaxed the rules a tiny bit. But he didn't really. He just confused everyone instead. It's a Drick says which one. I forget what they're on. What we were talking about. That's my main problem. Which Corona? Both of them. I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of the only thing that happened. And the thing is, because people are stupid, because people are absolute fucking idiots, that's the only tiny bit of leniency they need to fuck everything up. And honestly, I know it's just anecdotal evidence, but I've seen it, like, even just around my house. Like, I walked to the shop to get that beer earlier, and there were so many kids just hanging out. They were, like, teenagers, like, couples who don't need to be seeing each other. Like, I'm talking, like, 14-year-olds. It's like, fucking... Tessa Turek says COVID the assassin wouldn't have that higher kill rate. Most of the people get out alive. Okay.
I won't hire him.
No, me neither. It'd give me COVID. But yeah, that's all that's sort of happened, and we're kind of just staying at the same level of infections and deaths and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of what's happening. It's not really going down. If it is, it's going down very, very slowly.
And sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be on number 1 with the bullet. A loaded God complex.
Actually, we don't have the rights to that song, so if you could just.
Oh, God damn it! Sorry,
it's demonetized.
My impersonation was too spot on. We're going to.
That was the only.
Can you imagine
problem.
if Patrick Stump sang the entire, or like all the Fall Out Boy songs, but he just spoke them like that?
That'd be quite funny. For the people who are watching the video version, I know we say that a lot, but I just want you to appreciate that you should be watching the video version if you're not watching it, and you should be listening to the podcast live at twitch.tv/gamesbadly, or if you do want to watch the video version, you can search for Games Badly on YouTube. What a segue that was. Sorry, I'm on fire with these segues, but I just wanted to note that just look at the difference between mine and Judd's camera. And the thing is, my camera they're both Logitech webcams, and mine is only one step above Judd's, so Judd's cost 50 and mine cost 80. And
did this piece of shit cost me 50 quid?
Yeah, but listen, this is what I'm trying to say, is it shows the difference between being able to tweak your camera and having a good lighting setup. Like, it's night and day. If you just look on the podcast, on like the VOD after this, and just see the difference between our webcams now that I've got like a really good lighting stuff.
I want to send you a picture of how precariously this webcam is balanced.
Well, I'll show that on stream
and
as well.
You can show that on stream.
I'll show that on stream in a minute, but when you've done that. But while that's happening, I wanted to look through the titles of all our podcasts and sort of like just think about them and that sort of thing.
I think the very first one, is Game of Thrones, is bad.
No, the very first one is just called We Are Bad, and it
is it?
Yeah, I can tell you how many plays each one has and when they were published as well. So, I'll put the screens and cams on so people can see that. I don't know if your face is on that actually. Let me just blammo. There we go. So, Tesoteric needs our immediate help. What do you need our help with, bud? We'll continue talking, but just let me know. So the first one is called We Are Bad, published on this day, 1 whole year ago, and it was an hour and 15 minutes long. 13 plays, 13 whole plays, Judd.
Oh my god, we are internet famous. That is definite proof that we are internet famous.
I have no idea what we talked about in that. Tesoteric says, should I make myself some sausage wrapped in bacon or just normal cereal? What the fuck kind of question is that?
You know the answer to that.
Come on, Tesso. Do we need to answer that? Let's both answer it on 3, Judd. After 3. On 4. So 3, 2, 1, then answer. Are you ready? And then we'll both answer at the same time. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Hitler did nothing wrong. What?
I can't remember the question. I'm too drunk.
Oh, what? What happened here? I don't understand. Yeah, obviously the sausage, man. Sausage wrapped in bacon sounds awesome. Although if it's as hot as it is here, then maybe not. I'm not sure. But yeah. So, is it Drix? Is it morning there? No, it is evening. It's nearly 7 p.m.
It is. It is time.
The next podcast we had was Game of Thrones is bad.
I'll tell you what time it is. It's time I went upstairs. I had
He's talking about He's talking
some weed, some marijuana.
That's just for legal reasons. He's just joking. It's all jokes because it's illegal, so it's jokes. Yeah, it's all jokes.
Yes.
And you can't prove it otherwise. I'm glad you're having the sausage, Tesoteric. Right. Oh, wow, that sounded gay. Anyway, do you remember that one time ages ago when Game of Thrones was terrible? Literally, it was posted the next day because this is when we recorded sort of 2 podcasts at once and had 2 a week, but that's just too many. And it was an hour and 12 minutes of you just bitching about the last season of Game of Thrones.
And you know what? It was well deserved. Well deserved.
The thing is, I'm glad everyone caught up with how bad Game of Thrones actually was, because I never liked it that much all through the seasons. Like up until like the Red Wedding, even I could stand it and thought it was like quite interesting, but still kind of a bit long and boring. But you know, that last season, I'm glad everyone else started hating it too.
I enjoyed it right up until like season 6, and then 7 felt like 7 was just a season when they got ready for season 8, and then season 8 was them just getting everything wrong. So
Cedric hasn't watched it. My recommendation would be not to watch it at all. I just wouldn't bother. I did watch a chunk of it, but I've only watched so much. The amount I've watched may as well be none of it, really. Like I've not watched enough to say I know anything about it. Like, I don't. There's something to do with Arya and some like faces and stuff, and her being able to face swap or something. I've no idea what that's about. I don't feel like I'm missing out at all. Tessa is going cooking. Enjoy your food. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it. Would you recommend the same?
It's weird because I really the first like 4 or 5 seasons are really good, but because of absolute letdown, it is. You're stupid. We have said that you are stupid on this podcast. We have verified that you are stupid. But
yeah, but
anyway,
we both are. That's the point.
Yeah, but I got the street smarts. You got the book smarts.
Either of us claiming we have any amount of smarts is we can't.
No, we can't. Even if you do find those first few seasons good, like I did, in the end, it's still not worth it because of the amount of fucking letdown you're gonna have because of the last few seasons.
Exactly.
And
That's
the last
why I
few
think it's
episodes.
just not worth doing.
So it isn't worth it. No, it's not.
It's a Drick says, can I say something inappropriate here? Let me just hold on a second. Let me just show you the rules for this channel.
Can you say anything inappropriate here?
There's
Yes.
There's none, basically. That's kind of the whole point. Just literally the only rules are no advertising things and maybe no stream sniping sometimes if we're playing a game that's like that. But
do you want me to get my fucking cock out on stream? I'll get my cock out.
No.
I'll spread my ass cheeks on stream.
No,
you don't have to ask me twice. I'll do it. I just want attention. I just want to be loved.
Not on this stream anyway. That's on your OnlyFans stream.
Yeah.
Sure,
make an OnlyFans stream.
Would you make an OnlyFans? Do you think if you
for a meme? Yeah, I would absolutely.
Would you try
make
it? But if it did well, would you try and like actually do it?
If there was an immersion market in people that look like bald Gimli from Lord of the Rings, then yeah,
looks like modern gay Gimli. Perfect.
Yeah, modern gay Gimli. That is what I shall be called on my OnlyFans.
Nice. But yeah, Game of Thrones, just don't bother. Right, so the third podcast is Deji is bad. And oh boy, he's still fucking bad. That boy is not going to stay on 10 mil subs, is he? Not even if he bots it. Have you seen what happened with him?
No, I haven't, no. But
so basically, he passed 10 mil subscribers for like the 5th time. And people were like, oh, his channel's been like not gaining subs for like 4 months, and then all of a sudden he gains like 30k in like 2 days. What's happening there? His views are exactly the same. His social blade looks a little bit suspicious, and so people were like, has he view botted? And then literally a view botting company uploaded a video to YouTube saying, yeah, Deji definitely view botted from our company and here's the proof of it. And the reason they did that is because Deji put up a video claiming he had COVID, and he was trying to milk views out of it, so a bunch of people unsubscribed because of that, and he went below 10 mil again. So he thought that the company had taken back their subs, so he tried to charge back on PayPal for it. Whereas he just fucked up again and lost subs, so the company got pissed off and exposed him.
Oh my god.
He's so shit. It's a Drick says, my friend showed me the freaking sex scene. There's many a freaking sex scene in Game of Thrones, and they were all basically OnlyFans accounts but on TV.
No, hold on. Was that the inappropriate thing?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they showed you a freak. And let me quote this to the exact, a freaking sex scene.
So no, you had too much G on it there. There's no G. Frickin.
Yeah, a freaking sex scene.
No, not with a G. A frickin, not a frickin.
A frickin. Sorry, a frickin sex scene.
Yeah.
Our viewer base is 10. They are all 10.
I think so.
Every single one of them.
I'm good with it. They can steal their parents' credit cards and donate, so we have to drink alcohol.
That's fine. No, that's fine.
The next one was tier lists are bad, where we just did a bunch of weird tier lists. I remember doing that. We rated cartoon hotties. Do you remember that one?
Oh. I do remember that one. God, that one doesn't feel like too long ago. That one feels like an episode 25 one, and that was the third episode.
That was the 4th episode.
Fucking hell, that feels like the 23rd or 25th
of May 2019, I think. Yeah.
Jeez.
I used to be fit then. That's because I remember listening to when I used to listen to our podcast through to sort of check them all, and because I liked listening to them when I was like I'd go for a run or a walk or something. I remember listening to that one when I went on this massive long walk.
I didn't look too bad when we started doing that. I mean, hold on, I'll send you a picture of how I looked then, and you can post it on stream. I think you're allowed to show this on stream.
Bad tattoos and YouTube drama is the next one. I don't
remember show that. This on stream. Show that on stream, please.
Oh my god, what's that? I need to be careful because I can't show Facebook on the stream because then people will be able to find us like proper private accounts. So I need to be careful how I show stuff. Have you sent me it on Facebook or on Discord?
I've sent you on Facebook.
I ain't got anything. I've just got the picture of your fucking webcam that's about to fall off for some reason.
You'll get it in a second.
Okay, well, I'll continue going on with these titles. The next title is, we've got Boxing and Old Tales, where we told some, childhood stories. We've got plenty of childhood stories, and I still want to get Dad on the podcast. We should have done that for the 1 year anniversary. We should have got Dad on the podcast. That would be hilarious. We should definitely get him on the podcast to tell his version of some childhood stories. I might try and do that next week. Cedric says, what do you think about Joji getting cancelled? You heard about that, Judd? Has that been a thing? I've not heard about that.
Joji? What, just as a person? Is Joji dead?
I don't know. Well, anyway, the next one is Corporations and Deji are bad. So Deji's bad again.
He's done a two-parter.
I don't think that's... No, Judd, there's a later one where Deji's still bad.
The mad bastard got 3 fucking episodes out. He got 3 episodes out already.
Honestly, I said on one of those podcasts that he is my least favourite YouTuber, and I don't give a fuck if he finds out. He's just shit. He won't admit that he started a channel off the back of his brother's success, which he did. That's fine.
Yeah, he did.
You don't have to sort of, hide that too much, so long as you try and make your own way after you've done that. And then he didn't try with his boxing at all. His content's crap. His personality is annoying as fuck. He's so child. He never wants to move out, and his childish. He's just pathetic.
Is he still not moved out?
No, and he don't want to. He says he likes living with his parents and all that sort of thing. So it's like,
come on. Move out.
He's just shit. Like, he's pathetic.
You don't need to worry about money.
Have you seen how sensitive he is and everything? About anything?
Oh, yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And all that stuff that he did with his brother were like... KSI has not treated him, like, perfect, but definitely fine. Definitely nothing terrible. Cedric says, K-pop stans just figured out Joji is filthy Frank and they're trying to cancel him. Oh, I don't care then, gonna be honest. It's like, K-pop stans piss me off as well. Have you seen how they hijack anything to just post about, like, some porcelain-looking Asian person dancing?
Hold on. What? Joji's filthy Frank? What the fuck? I mean, so what? Shut up, cunts.
Who cares? It's fine.
My 2 cents. Shut up, cunts.
Perfect. Oh, nice. We've got. I think I can show this. Hold on. I'm trying to embiggen this.
I feel like I need to state, and I feel like I need to state this with. I've done several illegal things before this picture has been taken.
No, you're not allowed to state that.
That's
a joke. It's a joke.
I'm pretty sure I could get locked up for war crimes for what I did that night.
So this is the best I can do to show it. It's basically, for the people who are listening to the podcast, it is quite a good picture that, you should put that on your Instagram. I don't know who these people are that are around you. But it's just stood in the club, and somehow your chin looks fucked. Like, there's nothing, I don't know what's happened to it, but it just looks like there's a massive dent in the bottom of it, which shouldn't be there.
I got like a butt chin.
No, it's not that. It's different than that. It's weird. Chin. But it's also, I mean, you don't look that, like, it's probably the slimmest you've been there. And other than maybe now, but you've got your, like, normal hair, you've not got your shaved head, you've got no beard, and you literally look like a 13-year-old that's infiltrated the club.
I do. And the person, the lady friend is the guy's ex. We'll not go into that, but anyway, the guy behind me, that's my mate Sam. And Sam just knew how fucked up I was that night. And obviously, I see a guy walking around taking pictures. I'm like, take a picture of me praying. So I'm stood there praying, and Sam comes up behind me and just goes, Jordan, we need to fucking go, mate. You're not right.
Jesus, you're ridiculous.
Yeah.
What other things did we do? Right, so we got ordained. Do you remember getting ordained? That's
I remember that, yeah.
We just went online and got ordained. So literally, we're like so close to being able to marry people. All we need to do is pay £50 for a license, and that's it. And then we're allowed to marry people.
We need to pay £50 for a license, and also our town needs to say, okay, you're allowed to do this.
No, it's just a license.
Don't we need? But don't we
Well,
need
actually,
to then
I
take
think
our
we need to-
license?
I think to get the license, we need to apply for it like at town hall. Like we need to fill out a form
Yeah.
and stuff. So maybe they kind of do it in theory. Right? Do you remember in podcast 9 when you were infected by scabies?
That was a good episode. That was a good episode.
Jesus Christ! I
It
remember
was-
you revealed it on podcast that you literally had infectious mites underneath your skin.
I could feel them burrowing and laying their eggs inside me, and I felt like an expecting mother, and it was the happiest time of my life.
It was absolutely insane.
It was awful. It was awful.
When we looked up, like, how you get infected by scabies to figure out how the fuck has this happened, it literally said, oh, it's really hard to get infected by scabies. You have to, like, actually try and get infected. So, like, how the fuck did you do it?
I slept in the bed with somebody who had scabies, so it was that. It was
I
that
don't know
basic.
how they had them
It was
all in.
basically a few will have got in me. Like I'm talking about like 5, and that will be enough.
So Deji is still bad. Is number 11. I'm just picking and choosing ones that I sort of that I think sound interesting. Deji is still bad, and that's that was I think that might be the only podcast that you're not on. Because there has been somewhere there's been other guests
you did a few where like other people have gone
yeah. Then we tried to get sponsored by a
Bad Dragon.
sex toy company on one of them.
Bad
as well.
Dragon, yeah. Which is listen, that's still open. I'm still up for that.
I'm fine with that. So and then synesthesia. Do you remember synesthesia when I had synesthesia? That was good.
Jake, what is for?
Blue. But
It's the stupidest fucking thing ever. I still think that is just. It's so. If you're just listening in, like, and you haven't heard that podcast, so you don't know what synesthesia is. It's you think of a word or a thing or something, and your mind pairs it with a colour.
I can explain this better than Judd because he's fucking stupid. I mean, he's a builder. I can't
The
expect him to be
idea of
intelligent at all.
synesthesia is stupid.
Synesthesia is where basically you've developed a strong connection between multiple senses. So someone's synesthesia could be that when they sort of and everyone has it to a certain extent, but when they hear a sort of music, they sort of picture sort of certain colours and things like that based around that music. But for me, what it is letters and numbers and also words to a certain extent have a colour associated with them. And it could be smells, it could be tastes, it can be all sorts. But basically, my senses sort of got muddled up with that when I was a child. So now all letters and numbers have a specific colour to them that is consistent as well. Like when people ask me, it very, very rarely changes. So
3 is red.
no,
3 is red.
it's like orange.
How the fuck is 3 orange? Are you retarded? When has 3 ever
No,
been
you
orange?
you've not even
When
got a
has 3 ever
synesthesia
been
yet.
orange? Box is brown.
It's Fox is brown.
Box is brown.
Box is brown. Yeah, definitely.
Fox is orange.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
mean,
stupid.
I don't.
I hate this fucking
To a certain
thing.
extent,
It's so
right?
stupid.
I don't. There's certain ones where I just don't have a strong connection, and the word fox to me just doesn't really. I'm not that bothered. You could say it's green, orange, brown, black. Any of those would be fine. Blue would feel a bit weird, and so would yellow. Those aren't right.
It is the shit because it's not like a disability and it's not like a superpower. It's just I have this
Yeah,
thing
it's
where
so
I think
shit.
3 looks like green.
No, it's orange, dude. I told you.
Dude, absolutely sick. You're a
The thing is, right,
superhero. You are the worst member of the Umbrella Academy.
That's why I don't like go on about it. But like, if it ever comes up and I tell people about it, they seem interested in it to start with, and then they slowly realise, well, that's not useful at all.
Yeah.
That's just shit.
It's literally nothing into it. It's not like it's not even like it's not like a I've got dyslexia or you know I've got ADHD or anything, which you do have. You have both of them. But so maybe you should lead with them instead. The things that are actually a problem, not I think box is brown.
Yeah, well, I do lead with those. I don't talk about synesthesia much. We've only got 1 episode on that. We've got 3 on Deji.
I think fox is orange and also that you can fuck off.
That's a good impression. I like it. Oh, we've got stuff on. We've had episodes on like when we got real jobs, or you did, and then sort of FPS games.
When I got a real job, and then you didn't ever.
Well, I've applied for some real jobs. I've decided not to do my third year at university, so I'm unofficially a college dropout now. Yay! So yeah, and I've been applying for jobs and stuff. So yeah, and then we had a party somehow, somewhere, or something like that. I don't know. Battle Royale.
We had a party.
Yeah, it was. Do you remember when I had that full week where my family weren't there, and I was like,
Oh,
right,
yeah.
right, lads, all come round to my house, stay for the full week. We'll just get drunk all week. We'll play games. We can stream. We can do we can do all sorts. We can jerk each other off. What? And then people just didn't fucking come. They just didn't do it. And it was just.
I remember having a legitimate reason and me stating the legitimate reason beforehand, and I remember that, but I don't remember anything else.
Well, I do remember that we managed to record a podcast, and the setup we had for it was so janky. We would do better now, I think. But the thing is,
was funny.
we did a podcast where my mate Cal, told us about his sleep paralysis. And that was super interesting. That's a good one. That's number 20.
That actually 20 was a good episode because
the quality might not be great on that one, but it'll be better than Judd's mic right now.
Yeah,
anyway.
I had my weird dream journey, didn't I? Where I experienced different sins or different parts of myself, and I came to terms with the way I feel about certain situations, and I actually grew as a person. I had a character arc in that one.
That one's great. That one's really good. I would. That's probably, if I were going to recommend one of our podcasts as sort of at least the content of it, I would recommend that one. I think. But that one, the quality isn't as good as some of the other ones. So. Maybe not. There's a lot of burping, by the way. And then there's another one from there. There's one where Borderlands 3 came out, and we talked about Oscar movies being shit.
Yeah.
Your love life. Do you remember when you were chatting to that girl that one time? What happened with her? That girl you were messaging, for anyone who's been a long-term listener of the podcast.
Let's not talk about that. Let's move on.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Oh, there was the story when I had to have that finger up my bum when I went to the doctor.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. We watched Joker. We went on a night out. The one where I broke up with my girlfriend. That's number 28.
Jesus.
The one where you went bald. And then pretty much we're getting close to nowadays because we've got like Christmas. And then the 2010s where we went over like all the fucking stuff from the past decade, from 2010 to 2020, and then we had like 3 months off because like you were working and we were figuring stuff out, and I was going to university, and then a big virus hits and we've got nothing to do, and we start the podcast again and come back with the big virus is bad, anime, and then we did like the longest podcast we'd ever done at that point, which we did an hour and a half podcast. That was insane. And then the longest one to date is and then we've got the one where we first started the WikiHow thing, which was 2 podcasts ago, where we learned how to pick up girls. Yeah. And then, the nightclubs one was that. That was 3 podcasts ago. And then the last one was our favourite video games ever, which I also think is a really good one, actually, even though you literally filmed on a book. And that one was 1 hour and 46 minutes long. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
An hour and 46 minutes. Holy pooperoony. Right. Well, speaking of WikiHow episodes, so those are all the podcasts we've sort of done so far. It's interesting to look at that, like doing a podcast for a year. It's just you don't feel like I feel like the reason we've not. I think the reason it feels like we've not been doing it for a year is because we're not like. It don't feel like we're creating content much to me. We're just sort of chatting. We just sort of would chat like this anyway, and even if people could listen into how we talk to each other.
Oh my god, what is going on here?
What a professional podcast with
I'm a pro. I'm an absolute pro.
Do you know what
that is?
What?
That's my dealer asking me if I'm stoned.
Fucks. But not really though. That's still a joke,
but not really.
Though.
I was joking.
Yeah. I like that your camera makes you look purple because you're literally only lit up by by a computer screen. Yeah. Let me see if I can fix that as well. But yeah, I think the reason it doesn't feel like we've been going for like a year is because it's just a chat. Like if people could listen into how we sound when we're sort of setting up the podcast beforehand, then we do just talk like this. Like we're not trying to, talking it much different or anything like that. So.
Oh, what you mean? We're not putting on like an act while we're.
Yeah, we're not trying to be more entertaining. We're not talking. We're not. Yeah. So.
The way you lead with that kind of makes it sound like saying, "Oh yeah, we just happen to be really interested."
No, but what I'm trying to say is we are being genuine. It is, and I think that's why we do talk to each other like this. This is how we are. And I think that's why it's not seemed like we've been doing it for a year, because it's like as if we were just hanging out, So anyway, time for our next only other regular thing that we've started doing, and I'm happy to continue doing this because I find it hilarious. It's time for the WikiHow reading, and today we're going to learn how to become a real Jedi, Judd. We're going to learn how to become a real one.
Oh my god!
Not a fake one. Not a fake one. I've just seen the first step.
Yeah.
I've just seen to learn how to become a real one, not a fake one like in those stupid films, because those films, fucking idiots, that's not even a real Jedi.
Yeah.
The first step is to watch the films.
Right, okay, so this isn't a religious thing at all. Like, we are just watch the films, it's all make-believe, it's just fucking... Watch the bit where Palpatine says, "I am the Senate," and Nick Fury goes, "Not yet." And then
the best bit that I've found for learning how to be a Jedi is the bit where R2-D2 goes, "Wow!"
and C-3PO says, "Oh, R2, I really wish you would shut up, you fucking cunt."
I wish I didn't sound so camp, R2.
R2, fuck off.
So yeah,
I like that bit.
To learn how to not be a loser fake Jedi, watch all those loser fake Jedis.
Yeah.
Okay. Step 2, search for a group. Just any group.
What?
Any group will do.
A group of people, and then stand in the middle of them and go, "Whoa, Misa Jedi!"
Remember, some training groups may not use the word Jedi. Yeah, I bet. Because they're actually training to be pole vaulters. They're not actually Jedi.
You like go to a knitting group and just like, as you sat there just knitting, you just start going under your breath, you just going.
I like to imagine you just walk into like a knitting group and go.
Didn't catch that. Was that play the Sun Magic featuring Bando K and Double LZ?
Yeah, sure, why not?
You say that, yeah.
Magic featuring
What are we gonna get here?
What the fuck?
Rivers Cuomo from Spotify.
What is this?
Oh!
Oh no! Oh, it's copyrighted! Stop it! Jake, stop
Alexa
it!
was determined to play this. Shut up! Stop! It's copyrighted.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Alexa, stop! Bad Alexa. It's copyrighted. Stupid robot. What the hell was that all
That
about?
was fucking great. That was awesome.
Right, anyway, moving on. Next stage. Join a great group. So join the group. Doesn't matter what group it is. Still, it's still a knitting group. Why not?
Wasn't step 2 join a group and now
No. First you have to find a group, then you join the group.
Okay.
So what I've got from that is, so we're gonna go join a knitting group, and then we're going, and then we lean over to the old woman next to us and go, "I'm a Jedi."
You lean right into her ear and go.
Oh dear. Okay, and then next is follow the instructions. Well, I'm trying. Is that not what I'm doing right now? Is that not what this entire fucking article's for?
Well, that's just in case, like, you know, you were straying from the path a bit, you weren't joining a great group, and you weren't, you know, you didn't watch all the movies.
You didn't listen to those hidden instructions left in all those movies.
You missed Revenge of the Sith.
Right, next is take up fencing or kendo classes. Weirdly, I think that might be the first bit of good advice we've read in any WikiHow article so far. If you were ever going to become a real Jedi, you know, learn how to use a fucking sword maybe first.
To be honest, that's a good bit of advice, just even if you aren't wanting to become a Jedi. Just, you know, get out and exercise, fatty.
Yeah, just do something with your life.
Yeah.
Rather than just looking at WikiHow on how to become a real Jedi, go and actually do a useful skill in some sort of way.
And over-analysing them like a twat on the internet.
Yeah, it's a good one. Do a search for Shaolin monks to watch the National Geographic special. What? Why has it put that as a footnote at the bottom of this one?
That's very specific. That's very specific.
I feel like they've slipped in a sponsored ad on the WikiHow.
By the way, you cannot become a real actual Jedi unless you have done this. You have to have done that. If not, you're not a real Jedi.
Yeah. Weirdly, there's like 3 more steps with no picture now for some reason for the last 3 steps. So, are you ready for this one, Judd? Are you ready for this one? I think I understand why they've not put a picture. I don't know how you could put a picture for any of these.
What is it?
Practice psychic abilities with the Force. Just practice them. Just practice them already. You know them, right? You know how to do it. Just keep practicing. And the examples it gives are Force Heal, Force Sense, and all the other and then the other ones. Those are the only ones I can remember. Force Heal, Force Sense, and you know the other ones. Practice them. I love how they just straight up say, just practice. How? What? Well, I think you might have missed a few steps somewhere. Were they hidden on the picture that you forgot to upload? What's going on here?
Force Heal, Force Sense, and all the rest. That's there's a big leap between going, I kind of sense another Force user nearby, to fucking shooting lightning out of your hands. There's a big jump there.
Yeah, where's the stage on shoot lightning out? Oh, the next stage is you can be a grey Jedi. This is for if you like get a bit sickly while spending all your time inside researching how to become a Jedi and your skin turns grey. They're saying, don't worry about that. Keep researching. It's all right. Don't worry. Watch that National Geographic channel again. Okay. Go on, that's right.
It's okay to be grey.
yes, that's right. I know your skin might be turning grey, but just watch that National Geographic episode again. Just watch it one more time.
Watch it again,
something. Some light side and dark side abilities can be learned together, but in balance, always resist the dark side. That's racist.
What if I don't want to? What if I want to be a Sith? Oh, I suppose the article would be how to become a Sith then, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Should we see if we can find that after? Well, let's look up that article after because this one's quite short. We're on the last step, which is learn functional bladed weapons. And then it says a lightsaber has no real function, but a weapon like, you know, an actual sword can be useful.
Learn how to use a sword.
The thing is, an example it gives of a useful bladed weapon that's not a lightsaber. It's a shark-toothed club. Why did they think of that? The examples they have is longsword, katana, shark-tooth club. Those are the only ones. What about, knife? How about that one? You ever heard of that one? Oh, what is that, like a small shark-toothed club?
That's a small shark-toothed club with one shark tooth on.
These fucking WikiHow articles are so funny. Right, let's see if we can find how to become a Sith. To be a Sith.
Something about your chains being broken. I don't know. I can't remember the Civ code. Civ code.
Well, this isn't. No, there isn't one on there. But what I've decided to do is search for that on here and just go on any of them. Just open any of them that I can find. Right. I think we're gonna go with how to talk with a deeper voice, so we can practice that on stream.
This is also how we're going to become a Sith Lord.
Yeah, because you need a deeper voice for us to be a Sith. You need someone menacing, you know.
Yeah.
So, first step is to just it says speak in front of a mirror. Just do that. Don't try and speak loud. Just talk to yourself in the mirror.
Hey me, been another real shocker today. I tried to kill myself. I didn't.
I'm glad you're here to stop me. It says stand up straight and tall and hold your chin up. So I like to think you're standing on your tiptoes and just pointing your chin at the mirror, going, "Hi, hello again, me. Hello." Right.
Jeez.
Okay. Next step is relax your throat. So, and the picture on it is a guy like sort of massaging his throat and like smiling like pleasurefully. So maybe we should do that. Is
I don't want to do that.
I'm doing it right now. Okay, smile weird then. Yeah, there we go. I'm doing that. I don't know if that's worked. So, okay. Next one has a weird looking diagram. Perform reading exercises. Or perform reading about exercises. So, you know, read some articles about exercising. Yeah?
Yes, don't actually exercise. Just read the articles.
Choose a passage from one of your favourite books or articles. Practice reading the passage slowly with a low voice. And keep your chin up again. Why do you have to put your chin in the air? What's going on there? Oh, that was a rhyme. Okay, right. Do voice exercises with a mobile application. So start talking to Angry Birds too. So once you're done talking to yourself in a mirror by pointing your chin at it, point your chin at your phone and talk to the Angry Birds on your computer. I'm sure people think this is all very fine.
It still sounds good.
So next we have to try humming. It doesn't specify whether to do it low. And it says raise your chin slowly as well. Why am I doing this? So walking around.
What is going on with the chin thing?
Chin as low down as possible. Going, and just slowly raising your chin. What the Trying to have a voice, mate. What are you on about? Okay, this is a big one. This is a really important one, I think. Or I would have thought so. Make sure you speak through your mouth. You know, as opposed to any of the other places on your
Is that actually
it says, speak through your mouth.
Jesus Christ.
You can't make this shit up. It does say instead of like speaking through your nose, so make sure you're talking through your mouth. Like I'm trying to do it now, speaking through my mouth rather than I'm speaking through my nose, which is kind of like how I normally do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It technically I get it, but like it makes it sound like where else am I going to talk through my armpit? Do you remember armpit farts? I can't do them anymore. Kind of weird, isn't it?
Hold on. Oh,
I think it's the hair.
oh, a good one. This is stupid. Why the fuck am I doing this on stream?
Okay, practice projecting your speaking voice. Don't care. Next step. Practice gradual changes to your voice. Shut up. Jesus, this is a really long one. I can't
How long is this? Because I don't
sucks.
think. Yeah, I was just gonna say this is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, that one's the worst one we've ever looked at. At least we got to laugh at how to be a Jedi for a little bit. Oh god, well, oh my god, I knocked my headset off. That's, I mean, if we're getting there. We're nearly at the end of a year-long podcast that we're not prepared for in any way. And I honestly think that we literally talked about it. We were like, should we do anything for this podcast? And we came to the conclusion that, nah.
Yeah.
That's like, it's not us, you know. We don't do anything like that. But we did, I don't know, I think that... we're on, I think this is number 39 We've been doing it a year, and we've only done 39 podcasts.
You know what? I was thinking about that earlier, and I was thinking, wow, that is not consistent and actually really shit. So,
but if we do one a week, for another year, then that's another 56 weeks. So you know, we'll only be, even if we did one a week consistently, we'd only be at 56 rather than 39. So we've missed like a third. That's actually quite shit, isn't it, thinking about it?
Yes.
But I do feel like we're at a good place to be quite consistent with it, because I know we only recorded once a week before as well. I think having one a week is a nice amount. And I don't know, I think it's quite good. I think we're in a good rhythm, and like you're working and you're the most unreliable, let's be honest. And you're still managing to do it. So it's not as if it's like it's gonna I can't see it. What? I cacked myself. I can't see it going away easily.
I know the big poo-poo.
What I will say is, if we reach 100 episodes, I do think we should do something special for our 100th episode. I don't know what that would be, but
we both marry someone. We marry each other.
Can you marry? I don't think you can legally marry a sibling in our country, can you?
I won't do that. As funny as it would be for the moment, it'd be like there'd be too many repercussions.
I'm googling it now. Can you legally marry your half sibling UK?
Oh
Let's
god!
find out. The law on getting married. What is it? Blood relatives. Certain blood relatives may not legally marry each other. This includes marriages between siblings. Sibling means a brother, sister, half-brother, or half-sister. So unfortunately, Judd, we legally can't get married. Oh no. Oh dear. I know you were so excited for it.
Come on, guys. It's 2020. We should be allowing this now.
No. There's biological reasons why that's not good. But it would have been funny as a meme. But I don't know what we could do. If anyone has any ideas, let us know in the comments on YouTube if you're watching on there, or on Twitch, or just send us a message at tweetsbadly to let us know what we should do for our 100th episode. You can let us know for the next over a year, because it's over a year away. Like, even if we do another year's worth of podcasts, we're still about 20 off. We're still like almost, another third of a year away from doing it. So, but it is an interesting thing to think about, because the nature of our podcast is it's quite lo-fi, I suppose is the word. So if we ever do something...
Lo-fi?
Yeah, I suppose
I wouldn't say it's lo-fi.
Well, lo-fi is kind of like low production value and just sort of like, just giggles and a bit of fun.
Is it?
Yeah, that's technically what lo-fi means. People use it for lo-fi hip-hop because it's using like old sort of drum samples and stuff.
Lo-fi hip-hops and beats?
Yes, lo-fi beats to revise to.
Yes. I never fucking replied to no lo-fi beats, and I came out just fine.
I never fucking revised. No, but I do think that, if we do, like, anything that's not just sitting here and blabbing about a bunch of shit and laughing at WikiHow, then that seems like a special episode, So it makes me... I don't know. Because I was saying, weren't I, like... I would love to have Dad on for an episode, and I think our best chance for that is during quarantine, because we're recording on Wednesday. I think it's probably best to... I might try and do that even for next week. I think that'd be a good, interesting thing to do. Because I'd have to walk through him installing Discord on his computer and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I don't know how much I'd be looking forward to that.
I would get him to do it, and I'd get Natalie to do it for him. I'd get his girlfriend to put it on his computer and plug his earphones in and that sort of thing. So yeah, I think that'd be fun, and I think I'll try and do that for next week, but I just can't think of what to do for like 100 episode special on a podcast. I was thinking we could do... I think what's probably best is if we don't think about it too much, if someone comes up with a better idea, what we'll probably end up doing is just doing some sort of like drinking episode where we take like a shot every 20 minutes or something, and every 10 minutes we have to drink half a beer or so, you know, something like that.
Speaking
where we
of,
just, hey.
oh, that'll
Delicious.
purge the Rona right out of you.
Exactly. I'm putting Rona in me because it's a Corona beer. Yeah, so I don't know.
get
It'd be
it.
fun. I honestly, I know this might be quite mushy or something, but it's one of my favorite things that I make, this podcast. It's just fun to hang out. It's like it's so. I think one of the reasons is it's so easy to do, and I think the quality of the content we get out of it and how entertaining it is for how easy it is to do. I just sit and I press a button and we do it. We just do it. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Every so often I press for legal reasons. That's a joke. That's kind of it. And because of the way we do it, I don't have to do any editing. It doesn't take like 3 hours to render a video after editing it, and I just slap it up on the websites. It takes like an hour and a half to upload, but you know, an hour and a half a week. I'll just go for like I'll do my exercise, or I'll just set it going before I go to work, and then it's done when I come back, or something like that in the future. Anything like that. It's just so easy and effortless to do that. I love it, and you can do it too with our sponsor for this episode, Anchor. Anchor is that's actually true, but I don't need to do another ad read. It's right at the beginning of the podcast. I already record it. It goes on there automatically. But
we need some actual sponsors, like Honey. Honey is basically free money. I'm not going to do a full sponsor for Honey because they're not paying me, but
no, pay us some money, Honey. Get it?
Yeah.
What I will say is, I know this is kind of like a weird sort of like she kind of supposed to be shitty to dumb fucking who gives a shit about these guys sort of podcast. But if we got a sponsor for the podcast, we could level up our content a lot. Like we would have a lot of. Just even if it was like a sponsor, like obviously someone like Mr. Beast gets like $100,000 sponsors, doesn't he? If we got a $1,000 sponsor, like literally 100 times less than him, fucking Jesus, that'd upgrade us so much. And what we would upgrade, our quality would upgrade first. When I say our quality, I mean your quality would upgrade first, because honestly mine's fine. But that'd upgrade first, and then it'd be stuff that then it'd be like things that we actually do that'd be more interesting and stuff like that. So yeah. I don't know. One thing I did want to ask you, Judd, sign off, something that we talk about a lot lately. How's your tax rebate going? Very interesting topic. Don't click off the podcast yet. Listen to how Judd's tax rebate's going.
How's taxes going for you, Jordan?
It's important. It's interesting.
Fine. It's the first time I've done it. I'm just sort of waiting for a code for me to set up my self-assessment form. Then I can fill out the form and basically just get fucking money back.
Where'd you get that code from?
The government sends me it. They send a little swap.
Have you asked for it already? Are you just
I
waiting
have
on
asked
them?
for it. I'm waiting on them at this point, yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I like to hear. I've applied for a couple jobs as well, which is pretty good. Do you find out how much you're going to get yet, or have you or do you find that like when you get it?
I gotta punch the numbers in. I gotta check it and double check it, and maybe get a quick triple check. Just make sure it's all sorted out. But I'm pretty sure it's something about like $1,000 that I'm owed, maybe a little bit more.
And how much have you saved up from working so far?
Like 400, 500 quid.
Oh, right. Nice. If you don't spend that and you get... I mean, by the time you get your tax rebate, you'll have what? Like another 200? 300? It takes ages for stuff to happen.
300, yeah.
So...
I should fairly easily save up $2,000. Like...
Yeah.
So
I mean, anywhere between $1,500 and $2,000 on a PC for you would be solid, especially if we built it rather than pre-building it. Because if you spent $1,500 to $2,000 on PC parts, sent them to my house, I put together the thing, as the black youths say in our country. Oh, that's a for legal reason. I put it together. Then that would be the best gaming PC I could build for you.
Yeah.
That I would know how to build. Like I couldn't build anything better. And there's not many people well, there's plenty of people, but they're like, it's all like proper professionals building something that's just stupid expensive. Because if you spend like more than, if you want something that's better than the sort of PC you will get by spending 1,500 to 2,000, then you have to spend like 3-4 grand. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, you have to put in like another grand to get anything out of it in the first place at that point. So it's it'd be really good. And even if you buy pre-built, which if you're doing it during Corona, it'll be hard. They're not delivering as many PCs and things like that, so it's harder. But you'd find something still if you wanted to. But it's it's interesting. What's that gaming PC like? Do you know? Gaming computer
not
laptop
really.
that you're using at the minute.
How do I bring up like properties like what it has?
Open just like the files. File Explorer.
Files. Okay.
Go onto this PC.
Yeah.
It's on the left, and then you go on computer right in the top left.
Hold on.
It's next to file. This is riveting podcast material.
Yeah, sorry.
In fact, you know what? I'm going to end the podcast here so people don't have to deal with this shit.
No,
Melisuki, Gaming PC, you did hear
no.
gaming. We're ending the podcast. Thank you for listening to the podcast bit, but we're not ending the stream. Stick around for the stream.
Okay.
Podcast is ending. Thanks for listening to the 1-year anniversary podcast. We've been going on this podcast for a year.
Absolute dog shit.
It was.
The
But
most,
thanks for listening anyway, and please support the sponsors and tell more people to sponsor us. Okay, goodbye, bye, goodbye.